Hello, in this video I am going to show you how to add an extra widget. So we've got, this layer which produces 5 stars from these icons and this text label here. So imagine if we want to do an update. So imagine if I have a button, I'll put a raised button, and in here I'll say unpressed, it'll do something. And we'll have a child, this will just say text, and I'm going to say update. So if I save that, it'll reload, sync the files, and if I was to click that, maybe I want to change this piece of text. So now how do we go about doing that? So the way we can do it is, instead of having epic text like this, we cut that, and if we create a variable, so this will be a string. If we put string, and I'm going to call this str val, I'll call it lbl value equals the initial value, and we'll assign lbl value to it. And as you can see, once we save it, it doesn't change, as it shouldn't do. And if we want to update it, maybe we want to say lbl value equals, I want to say new value. I click it, doesn't change it, and the reason is we need to set the state. So we need to do set state, and now if I let me just do a hot restart. So it says epic text, I click it, as you can see it says new value now. So this set state function basically reloads any data, and if it's based on variables, it could be a list, for example, because this is a list, then it will update it. You could put this inside of here, and that is fine as well. So you could do it like so, that will work. Generally any major calculation should go outside of it, and then any changes should go inside. So that's how you essentially update an existing widget. So imagine we got this row here, and we want to add a new icon to it. How do we do that? First of all, what you'll want to do is either separate this row out and create a variable from it, or if you're only going to modify the children, separate this out. I'm going to show you how to separate out the entire widget. We haven't done that yet, so let me put that over here. So we want that here, and this would literally just be a row, and I'll call it rw equals, and that's it. And so I'm going to indent this, so like so, yes. One more level of indentation should get the job done. This needs to be a semicolon. And if I now go back down here, if I was to save it, we get no icons there. If I put rw now and save it, as you can see, the icons appear. So on press, if let's say we want to update this, we could essentially create a whole nother row. So we could say, so let's copy this part of it. Yeah, we're going to need all of this. We are going to say rw equals this, so it equals it again, but instead of star, let's say if I only want 4 stars now. So if I save that and I was to click it, as you can see, 1 star has essentially disappeared. So that's essentially how you add extra widgets, delete extra widgets, and update extra widgets. You need to abstract it out into a variable or into variables. So as you can see, this part right here, which is a list of widgets, can be abstracted out as well. So depending on how complex, let's say, your row or your column is, if there's a lot of it, that could be changed on the fly. you will not want to recreate this again and again like this. All you'll want to do is just recreate that little aspect of it, call the set state, and this will rerun. So that's how you add extra widgets. You just modify that. So theoretically, you could abstract out this entire container, and then you can do modifications to that, and have separate parts of that mod, abstracted out as well. This is how you add extra widgets, how you update existing widgets, like we did with the text for the LBL value right here, and same way how you delete widgets as well. The way you delete them is simply by updating it and not having it in the original one anymore. So that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to pop me a message, and as usual, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.